Well, to discuss China's burgeoning fitness market, I'm joined by Alina Ma in Shanghai. She's Associate Lifestyle Director at market research firm Mintel. So let's start by looking at why we're seeing this growing interest in these different types of fitness in China.
Well, there are so many different kinds of the sports in China that people are interested in participate. Some of the people, they're young, trendy women, they are more interested in participating in yoga, and that's why Lululemon has become a kind of a hit in China. And then there are like people who are into marathons and do running like regularly. So this type of two exercise are kind of the popular ones in China.
Now, talk about the main demographics of the people who are really driving China's fitness market, because we're seeing an issue for young people, for people who are working hard, growing middle class, and also elder Chinese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Asian population is growing in China, so we're seeing a lot of the seniors, they go work out outdoors because a lot of the Chinese people, and according to the traditional Chinese way of seeing sports, that doing sports outdoors is kind of the mainstream ideas. So we've seen a lot of the people, they walked or running in the morning, but that's why also the gym, the market is kind of, a lot of the brands in the fitness market in China are not providing the low impact activities for the aging population. So if they can provide that less intensive fitness activities, that will attract more like senior people as well as the middle-aged people who actually have a weaker body.
And let's look at some of the challenges. What would you say are the main problems in China's fledgling fitness market?
I want to talk about two big challenges. One is about the high price. So it's actually not just an issue in China, it's actually happening in the world. So this is that issue. So in China, we were seeing a lot of brands that they offer the pay-as-you-go options as well as the shared fitness pods. But this doesn't solve the problem. So as I mentioned, that Chinese people are interested in doing sport outdoors, but at the moment, outdoor gyms and doing outdoor activities are not part of the standard or even a necessary component of gym membership. That's why it kind of like restricts the growth of the gym and fitness market in China. So another issue is that 60% of the consumers claim that they are fitness or sports lovers, professionals, or expert. So this means that a lot of the people, they would think they are the knowledgeable about fitness and sports market, but when we actually ask them about their knowledge, it is not solid, and their understanding of sports are not incorrect. So that means that the fitness centers and fitness coaches need to work actually hard to impress this Mr. and Mrs. Know-it-alls and also convince them why they are valuable compared to all kind of the information provided by online free advices and helps.
And so let's broaden this out. How would you compare the Chinese and US fitness markets?
Okay, I think there are three main big differences. So the first one is we've seen data in the US, 60% of the consumers have worked out at home, and 40% of them have worked out in the gym in 2017. But in China, like majority of them prefer to go outdoors, and that means they are not going to have the growth of the home gym and also the go to the fitness gyms. Another difference is gym offerings. So I think in the US, it's kind of the strength training and the bodybuilding training, yoga, dancing, are kind of like the common offerings in any gyms across the country. But in China, in lower tier cities, people who like to run a lot, and they are not very familiar with all of these fitness classes and all of those activities. So that means the gyms opening in the lower tier cities kind of needs to only provide this kind of running equipment, and and the consumers in their lower tier cities need more time to develop the appetite and also the interest in the kind of professional classes, CrossFit, but all of these things makes a brand, if they want to open branches in the higher tier cities and also the lower tier cities, they may need to consider the different options. And also the third difference is that the local community fitness clubs, this kind of type of fitness clubs are popular in the US according to our report, but in China, this kind of local community fitness centers are viewed as a lower or a cheaper variant of the chain. So people don't trust them, think that place looks a little bit inexperienced with the professionals who don't know what they're doing, and also probably they have higher chances of closing down. So that means this kind of homegrown companies very needs to step up their games and provide more to convince all of the Chinese consumers.
All right, thank you so much for your insights. Alina Ma there, Associate Lifestyle Director at Mintel.